stop first. This no be normal goal scoring again. This one day shake football history. Football don't see great scorers before. Legends. Icons. Record breakers. But every once in a while, one player comes and changes the speed of the conversation. Right now, that player not Erling Haaland. Not because he scores goals, but because of how fast he dey score them. This story no be hype. This one no numbers. And numbers no dey lie. Before Haaland fully arrive at the top level, people already dey talk. Strong striker. Fast. Direct. Hungry. But even then, nobody expect this. Because football history is heavy. Records dey protected by time, context, and legends. Breaking one record no big thing. Shaking many at once. That one rare. Season after season, match after match. Haaland kept scoring. Not patches. Not short runs. Consistency. He scores at home. He scores away. He scores in big games. He scores when the team struggles. And the craziest part, he does it with calm. No celebration drama. No overreaction. Just goals. This is where tension enters the story. It's not just the total goals. It's the speed. Goals per game. Minutes per goal. Records falling earlier than expected. Some records that took legends 8 years. 10 years. Full careers. Haaland they threatened them in few seasons. Sometimes few months. That's when football people pause. Because when pace enters history talk, everything changes. Opponents don't try everything. Sit deep. Double mark. Foul early. Cut supply. Still, goals come. Not always pretty. Sometimes tap-ins. Sometimes power shots. But all count the same. And that frustrates defenders. Because when you stop the plan and still concede, fear enters. Haaland football is not complex. Run. Position. Finish. No unnecessary touches. No showboating. That simplicity is dangerous. Because you can't trick what is direct. And direct football breaks systems faster than fancy play. Now, the comparisons are no longer whispers. People mention past legends, all-time scorers, era-defining names. At first, it felt early. Now, it feels inevitable. Because when numbers line up, emotion steps aside. Every generation produces scorers. But this one feels different because he's young. He's consistent. He's doing it across competitions. Not one season wonder. Not system-only success. This feels like a trajectory. And trajectories scare history. Now comes the wait. Every match. Will he score again? Which record is next? Pressure no longer comes from defenders alone. It comes from expectation. And expectation can break players. Or turn them into legends. Right now, football history is not looking back. It's looking forward. Because something is moving fast. Records that felt safe no longer feel comfortable. And once that feeling enters the game, everything becomes fragile. Haaland is scoring. Records are bending. History is reacting. But the biggest questions are still ahead. Because speed brings attention. And attention brings pressure. And what happens when pressure meets pace is where the real story begins. People know they ask, is he good? They ask, which record is next? Because the numbers don't move from impressive to threatening. For Erling Haaland, the danger is not one record. It's the combination. League goals. European goals. Goals per game. When many lines on the history book start shaking at once, alarm bells ring. Make we be honest. Football history no dey break easy. Most great records survive because the game was slower, defenses were deeper, calendars were different. Yet Haaland dey outpaced those realities. Not by small margin, by clear distance. When a striker starts breaking timelines, not totals, history starts to sweat. Some people dey argue, no system dey help am. But here's the problem with that argument. Systems create chances. They don't guarantee finishes. Haaland still has to make the run, beat the defender, finish under pressure. And he dey do am repeatedly. System helps. But killer instinct decides records. One way history protects itself is big games. Legends get measured by finals, title deciders, knockout nights. Haaland don't start answering that question early. He scores when pressure high, eyes watching, mistakes punished. That's where many great scorers slow down. He hasn't. Watch how teams defend him now. Some sit deep, some double mark, some foul early. Still, goals come. Not always spectacular, but always effective. And that's what frustrates opponents most. You can respect skill, but you fear inevitability. Now the names enter fully. Not as jokes, not as exaggeration, as serious conversation. All-time scorers, era-defining forwards, career numbers. Once this stage begins, there's no return to potential. You are judged against history now. Every goal adds weight. Every blank adds scrutiny. Here's something people avoid saying clearly. Haaland's body matters. Speed plus strength plus positioning is a dangerous mix. Older eras didn't prepare for this combination. Defenders can't outmuscle him. They can't outrun him. They can't give him space. So they guess. And guessing against a natural finisher is punishment. Normally, history debates take time. Years. Seasons. Careers. But this one feels rushed. Because the numbers are coming too quickly. When records start falling before debates settle, football feels unstable. And instability is where legends are born. Now comes the quiet test. Can he handle expectation? Survive focus? Stay hungry? History doesn't just test legs. It tests the mind. And this stage breaks many great players. At this point, Haaland is no longer chasing records. The records are waiting for him. And waiting creates pressure. Pressure creates mistakes. Or greatness. There is no middle ground here. The goals keep coming. The records keep shaking. The noise keeps growing. But the hardest part of the journey has just arrived. Because once history notices you, it starts watching closely. At this stage, goals no longer surprise people. They expect them. For Erling Haaland, that expectation is heavy. Because now, one goal feels normal. 2 goals feel routine. No goal feels like failure. This is the dangerous part of greatness. When success becomes the minimum, pressure no always shout. Sometimes, it whispers. It shows up as extra defenders watching you, commentators counting minutes, fans refreshing stat pages. Every run is analyzed. Every touch is judged. History is no longer cheering. It's measuring. Football history is full of great scorers who slowed down here. Not because they lost ability, but because they lost freedom. They started thinking, I must score. I can't miss. Everyone is watching. That thinking slows movement. It tightens muscles. And tight players don't break records. This is where I focus now. Watch Haaland closely. The walk. The reactions. the celebration or lack of it. He doesn't look rushed. He doesn't look desperate. But history knows something: pressure doesn't always show early. Sometimes, it waits. This part is not talked about enough. When you chase history, you're alone. Teammates celebrate wins. Fans debate titles. But the record chaser, he hears ticking. Every match feels like a checkpoint. And checkpoints don't forgive pauses. Now, a serious question enters. Is this a historic explosion? Or the start of a long reign? Football history respects longevity more than peaks. One crazy season excites people. 10 consistent seasons create immortality. This is where Haaland's journey truly gets judged. Not defenders alone. The real threats are injuries, burnout, mental fatigue. Because when goals come too easily, motivation becomes the real opponent. Staying hungry when you're already feared is harder than chasing respect. Teams are learning. They now track his runs earlier, drop deeper quicker, sacrifice midfield control to stop him. This makes games uglier. And ugly games test patience. Scorers who survive ugly football are the ones who rewrite history. Here's the scary part. He's doing all this early. That gives him time. But it also raises expectations unfairly. People will start saying, he should already be there. He should already have more. History becomes impatient. When it sees opportunity, this phase decides whether records fall or whether pace slows. It's not about goals anymore. It's about consistency under focus, hunger under comfort, calm under noise. This is where legends separate themselves. Right now, Haaland stands on a thin line. On one side, numbers, momentum, fear factor. On the other, pressure, expectation, history's weight. One step forward, and records collapse. One step back, and doubt enters. The goals haven't stopped. The records haven't settled. The pressure hasn't peaked yet. But the next phase is coming. Because when football history finally decides to test you, it doesn't do it with defenders. It does it with time. When matches end and highlights fade, history remains quiet but patient. It doesn't rush. It doesn't hype. It waits. For Erling Haaland, that wait has already begun. Because at this point, he's no longer chasing form. He's chasing time. Every record breaker reaches this junction. Not on the pitch. In the story. Part 1. The goals keep coming. The body stays strong. The hunger stays sharp. Records fall one by one. History adjusts its language. Not one of the best, but the reference. Part 2. The pace slows. Injuries interrupt rhythm. Pressure tightens freedom. Still great. Still respected. But history keeps its distance. Both paths are real. Only one leads to immortality. Legacy is not built on numbers alone. It asks, can you adapt when defenders learn you? Can you stay dangerous when space disappears? Can you remain hungry when fear becomes routine? Legends answer yes for years, not months. This is the real test ahead. Modern football is faster. More games. More data. More pressure. That makes breaking records harder. And easier. Harder because bodies break quicker. Easier because chances come more often. History will judge Haaland inside this context. Not kindly. Not harshly. Just honestly. Here's the truth football rarely admits. History doesn't love hype. It loves survival. Surviving. Focus. Fitness. Expectation. When the spotlight refuses to move on. That's why this moment matters. Because surviving this phase means the rest follows. Make we be honest. What Haaland is doing is already special. No exaggeration. But football has seen special before. What separates him now is not talent. It's continuation. If he continues at even 80% of this pace, the conversation changes forever. Momentum is loud. Time is quiet. Momentum pushes you forward. Time decides where you stop. Right now, Haaland has momentum. History is watching to see how long it lasts. Years from now, people will say, this was the moment it felt possible. Not when the last record fell, but when the idea became real. This is that moment. So make I ask you straight. Do you believe Erling Haaland is on a path to completely rewrite football history, or will time, pressure, and the demands of longevity eventually slow this historic run down? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments. Make we reason them together.